In this video, we'll try to understand the present crisis of Afghanistan, the rise of Taliban. How was Taliban born? What were the reasons? Why did they fall? And how again they have risen to the power? All this we'll try to understand in today's video. So first, we'll start with the location of Afghanistan. Now, where it is located in the world map. Then we'll study briefly about ethnic groups. Afghanistan is a country which is made of different ethnic groups, and it's having many tribes. Then we'll try to understand the political turmoil, the confusion, the disturbance of Afghanistan, and which is the reason for the birth of Taliban. Let's get started. Now, this is the world map, and in the arrow mark here you're seeing the orange arrow mark. This is Afghanistan. Afghanistan is in Central Asia. It's a landlocked country. Now, landlocked means it is surrounded by land. Now, this is Afghanistan. It is surrounded by land. Now, let us see. In west, it shares border with Iran. In southeast with Pakistan. In northwest with India and China. And in north with Turkmenistan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. So it's a landlocked country. I hope you understand this. Now the capital city of Afghanistan is Kabul. The official languages, officially recognized languages, there are two languages. One is Pashto. The second one is Dari. Now what is this Afghanistan? The name means the land of Afghans. Now who are these Afghans? Afghans meaning Pashtuns. The land of Pashtuns. It can be translated. So that means that these Pashtuns are very important in Afghanistan. And the important positions are held by these Pashtuns. They are very important tribe or ethnic group. Okay, now the ethnic groups. I hope the location of Afghanistan is clear. Now, the ethnic groups, Pashtuns, the population of Pashtuns is 42% of whole population. So that means majority it is of Pashtuns. And even the name also is come after Pashtuns. The land of Afghans means Pashtuns, the land of Pashtuns. And the official language also is Pashto. Okay, now the next population, highest population is Tajiks. They are also called as Farsi. It is 27%. And they say that they have come from Iranian, ethnic group. So they speak Dari. It's a Persian dialect. So 27% of population is made of Tajiks. Okay, now the third is Hazaras, the 10%. And they say that they're descendants of Mongol and Genghis Khan. And one thing we should remember, Hazaras are Shia Muslims. And whereas majority of Afghanistan are Sunni Muslims. Say 85 to 90% of people are of Sunni Muslims. Then Amek 4%. The Persian speaking nomadic tribes. Okay, then before this Uzbek, they are 9% of population. Their descendants, they have come from Turkic tribe group. Then Turkman 3%, Baluchi 2%, and others are 5%. So these are ethnic groups. And this our Afghanistan is made of different tribes. This is very important. And we should thank this person, Ahmad Shah Abdali. He tried to unify the country. Because as I've told you that Afghanistan is a country of tribes. In 1740, he became the king of Afghanistan. Shah means it is king. Then after he becoming the king or Shah of Afghanistan, what he did is, with the help of tribal leaders, he took the cooperation of all these tribal leaders, and he tried to unify the country, and his rule also was peaceful. And even the glory of Afghanistan, it was risen by his rule. Now, when the problem started, he died in 1772 without naming any successor after him who will become the king. So there was a lot of quarrel between his sons for the throne. Okay, and this fighting went on for many long years. Then in 1818, finally his kingdom collapsed, and the country again, it lost its unification. So again it was divided in tribal groups. Then what happened after the collapse of his empire in 1818, civil war broke, and it continued up to 1826. So one thing is clear, that Afghanistan is a war prone country. The people have seen lot of violence, bloodshed, murder and things like that. And they starve, and the climate of Afghanistan is extreme. They say that during winters in caves it is minus 51 degrees. Minus 51. And in summers it may rise up to 49 degrees. And there is lot of drought and things like that. And because of continuous bombing of Russia and USA, the land has lost its fertility. So okay, so these are all of the circumstances of Afghanistan. Now what happened after 1826, Britishers and USSR, they became lot of interested in Afghanistan, and Britishers wanted to take a control of Afghanistan. And Afghanistan and Britishers, they fought 3 wars, Anglo-Afghan war, 3 times. First time in 1839 to 1842. And this war, Britishers were defeated in this war, and Afghans won in this war, the first war. And the second war took place in 1878 and 1880. And here what happened, Britishers won the war, and after winning they occupied so many places of Afghanistan, and only in 1919 they released it. So in 1919, this is the third war they fought with Afghanistan, and here Britishers, and the war was ended with a treaty. Britishers told that okay, now we are not interested in you, and you have your independence, you do whatever you want to do. So after this treaty, Britishers left Afghanistan. Okay, next, after Britishers going, what happened? I'll just fast forward. Then Muhammad Nazir Shah, he became the king, and in fact he is the last king of Afghan. A very good man. He ruled for 40 years, and he brought a little peace. For 40 years again the country was in peace. War, peace, war, peace. This kind of a state they are having. Then after this, what happened? His kingship was taken by Daud Khan, his cousin, and he became the president of Afghanistan, not the king. He is the last king. After him he became. Then this Muhammad Nazir Shah, he went to Italy, and he was in exile in Italy. He stayed there. Daud Khan, he became the president in 1973. Okay, and he was in the presidentship for till 1978. Okay, now what happened with him is he was assassinated. Alright, okay. Now this Daud Khan, he wanted to make Afghanistan a very modern country, a par with this modern civilization. So he brought many educational and progressive reforms. See what happened, when he brought many progressive reforms, this displeased the conservative Muslims who were living in Afghanistan. They thought that he is not following Sharia law. He is not following the Quran. So they were displeased by him. So at the end, 1978, he was assassinated. After this, what happened? In 1979, USSR invaded Afghanistan. Now the reason they gave, because this Daud Khan, he was a president, okay, but he had many communistic ideas. He wanted to make Afghanistan a socialist country. So USSR said that by killing him, okay, you're killing communism. So what will do is to preserve socialism and communism will invade your country. That was a reason given. But another reason is that Cold War was going on, as we all know, and it went up to 1945 to 1990, and it started with the disintegration of USSR. So the world was divided. It was a bipolar world, USSR and USA. So one more reason why USSR they invaded Afghanistan was to show their supremacy in Asia because of this Cold War. That was the reason they invaded. And for 10 to 11 years, there was a lot of bombing, killing, murders, and things. Now, what happened to face this USSR troops? Pakistan, with the help of USA. Okay, why? Because everything is going on. How USA can stay back? So what USA did is it funded. It has given fund to Pakistan to train Islamic Mujahideen fighters. Islamic Mujahideen Afghan fighters. So this USA funded it. This USA it provided weapons, modern weapons. Remember, modern weapons to Islamic Mujahideen fighters. Training was given by Pakistan military, and the funding was from USA. So USA did not directly participated in the war. It was a proxy war. Okay, then even the funding came from Saudi Arabia and UAE. So this went on. Now Pakistan, what it did, how it convinces Islamic Mujahideen people is in the name of jihad. It convinced them, and there was a lot of fight between this USSR and this Mujahideen fighters. And these Mujahideen fighters, USSR, like it became a headache for them because they were very rough and tough. And moreover, the weapons were provided by USA. So they had become very rough. So this fight went on and on and on. And in 1889, USSR, they went back from Afghanistan. Why? Because in their home country itself, they were facing many problems. And we saw that in 1991, USSR disintegrated. Okay. Now after this USSR leaving, from 1992 to 1996, there was civil war between Afghanistan government and this Mujahideens. And this Mujahideen, among them, one supporter we have, that is Osama bin Laden. He is the leader of Al Qaeda, and we know that he is a millionaire from Saudi Arabia. He is a very rich man, and he was the leader of Al Qaeda also. Okay, okay. Now we'll see the rise of Taliban. Now Taliban from 94 to 96. It was born in 94. Now what is this Talib? Talib means religious students. Now this Taliban, it was founded by Mullah Muhammad Omar. Just by having 50 students, he founded a group. It was a religious students group. The group was from eastern and southern Afghan. Just with 50 students, the leader is Mullah Muhammad Omar. They were all religious students, and these students they took birth in Afghanistan. They were trained by Pakistan. That's very important. Initially, these Talibans were trained in Pakistan. Okay, and what they did is they are very conservative. Muslims, and they want to bring the Sharia law. They want to bring Sharia law because to bring back the glory. That's what they say. Okay, now what happened after all this? In 1996 they have come into power. So 94 they are born. Why they are born? Because they think that if such a socialist government will come to Afghanistan, then it will be no more a Islamic country. It will be a socialist country. So to prevent all this, Mullah Muhammad Omar, what he did, he trained religious students in the name of jihad. And training was given by whom? By Pakistan. Okay. And what happened? The funding was directly and indirectly from USA. Okay. So in 1996, what they did, they captured Kabul. And at least people thought, okay, now it's okay. Taliban is come to rule and we are happy, at least we are having peace now after so many wars. Then this Taliban said that you give us power. If you give us power, we'll give you back your golden days, the glorious days of Afghanistan. But it was not like that. It was the most cruelest rule, especially for women. Now what was done in their regime? Okay, there was ban on so many things. I've just put very few things here. No listening to music. Then no seeing television. Okay, then no cameras, no taking photos or nothing like that. Then men should not trim their beard or shave. Trimming and shaving is not allowed. And women should cover from head to toe. And they're not supposed to go to school after 10 years. When a girl will be 10 years older, she's not allowed to go to school. Then no laughing in public. And women were not supposed to talk with men in public. Okay, then no clapping hands in public, especially when they are seeing the sports. So tough rules were brought. And everywhere there were mullahs with what is called sticks. And whoever broke this law, they would be hit. The mullahs would ask them to hit and they would punish. So this was the most cruelest rule. So this went on for many days. A turning point came. Now what is a turning point? In 2011, September 9, America was attacked. Okay. And the claim was taken by Osama bin Laden, Al-Qaeda chief. So what was done? The Twin Tower was bombed. And at that time, who was the president? George Bush. So he says that nobody just can come and they can blast our towers. Okay. So what we'll do? We will see that the terrorism is ended. So he says he launched an operation, Enduring Freedom, in 2001. Okay, it's not 2011, 2001. They were America was attacked. So in 2001, George Bush, on the principle global war on terrorism, so he started a mission with his allies, NATO. America, what it did, it stationed in Afghanistan. For how many years? For 20 long years. Okay, and what they did when USA was there, Hamid Karzai, he was named as president. Okay, and these people, in a way, they were able to remove all this terrorism and Talibans from urban areas, but in rural areas, nothing could be done. They were in caves. Okay, now suddenly in 2021, Americans, they made a treaty. For 20 long years they were there and they made a treaty. After making a treaty, they left Afghanistan without even telling Afghans that they are leaving Afghanistan in the middle of the night. So in 2021, they went away from America. Okay, then, but see, if America's goal was to kill Osama bin Laden, then in 2011 itself he was killed in Pakistan. Then that was not their goal. So after Osama bin Laden killed in 2011, but still they were there up to 2021. Okay, then terrorism is also not finished in Afghanistan. Then why they are leaving Afghanistan? That we don't know. Okay, so when the Twin Tower was attacked, this America, what they did, they asked Taliban to hand over Osama, but they refused. And they also told that not to give any shelter to terrorists. That also they didn't listen. That's why they attacked on Afghanistan. And Taliban's rule was so cruel that when they came to the rule in 1996, many non-Muslims were killed. They were slayed in the name of ethnic cleansing. Many were killed. Not only that, many monuments, Buddha statues and everything were destroyed. So this all was done by Taliban. So in 2021, again they have come back to power. and America without ending terrorism, and we don't know what it achieved in Afghanistan. It just went away, not even handing over the rule to government, Afghanistan government. It just went away like that. And after Taliban took over Afghanistan, we see that in TV also we have seen that they're playing in the amusement park and they are just enjoying like kids. For 20 long years, they were in caves of Afghanistan. They are brutal. Now they have become more brutal. And we see that in daily newspapers, we are reading that their economy is also collapsing. And especially for women, the rule is very cruel. So now let us see what happens in geopolitics. Okay, so with this we'll stop today's video. If you have any comments, you please comment in the comment box. Thank you very much.